Good morning and namaste to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga this morning. Let's do a little gentle stretch and breathe yoga together and feel better and see where it takes us, and let it take us to yoga heaven. All right, so we're going to start as we often do with a straight back and a relaxed mind, and just allow your eyes to close for a moment. Breathing in through the nose. I want you to visualize that you're pouring a glass of water and how the water will travel to the bottom of the glass and then fill it all the way up. So as you breathe in, let the air fill your lower torso and then rise up to your throat. And you can even visualize the feel of the water as you breathe in, or the sound of the splashing water. All of those beautiful images. Fill your mind as you breathe and really feel the air enter the body and rise up through your column, from lower belly to mid belly to diaphragm to lungs and throat, even into the sinuses of the of the head. And let's start together with a big breath in and exhale. Close the eyes and just be with yourself for a moment as you prepare. You can set your intention for today's yoga practice and see what comes to your mind, what brings you to your mat. Take a moment for gratitude. Take a moment for filling your heart with love and peace, maybe joy, maybe compassion. As you exhale, you can let go, along with your waste products of respiration, you can let go of any negativity that's hanging around in your mind or in your body, any feelings of anger or sorrow or anxiety or worry. Let it go with your breath out of the body. And you can always pick it up later if you decide you want it, right? Hey Jane, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. I miss you. All right, with your next exhalation, we're just going to drop the head. But keep the back straight, keep the shoulders back. And so the back of the neck gets a nice long extension. Release your belly as well, so your neck can really let go. And the head will fall down in front of the chest, and just let it hang down as low as gravity will take it. And we're going to slowly begin to rock side to side with our weight on our hips. And just let the shoulder on the low side dip down and the other shoulder rise up. And the head will sort of just roll back and forth in front of the chest with no effort in the muscles of the neck. Just let it be gravity that is causing the movement. See if you can get your head to roll all the way over so your one ear is down, one ear is up as you shift your weight on your hips. And we're just waking up the spine a little bit, waking up the body. And then slowly come back to the center and just let the head hang in front. And with a long, slow inhalation, rise the face up, put a smile on your face. Good morning. And just take a moment to sit tall and bring those shoulders away from your ears. We're going to take just the right shoulder in a big circle, up and back, down and forward, up and back, down and forward, up, back, down, forward, and keep it going. You can move your whole arm and your elbow can kind of steer, or you can just let your arm hang and try and isolate just the shoulder, not the arm, as you like. And now we're going to go the other way. Take the same shoulder and go over the top to the front. Beautiful. And let's do the other shoulder now. And if you're with me, you're doing your left up to the ear lobe, back back, back, down all the way and forward. As high up as you can and squeeze it back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. All right, let's go the other way, over the top to the front. Breathe as you move. Hi, Ellis. All right. Now both shoulders, squeeze them up all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, higher, 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 and drop them once with a big exhalation. Let's do it again. Breathe in. Squeeze those shoulders up by your ears as high as you can. Breathe in. Exhale, drop them fast. And one more time. Breathe in, lift, and drop. Beautiful. Thank you. Let's stretch out the legs. Just jiggle them for a minute. Maybe pull the flesh away from your sitting bones if that serves you in your yoga practice. It always helps me because I feel connected to the earth, and I feel like it's a solid connection, not a squishy connection. So if that suits you, do the same. If you're really, really skinny, maybe it makes no difference at all. We're going to just move the hips like we're trying to walk, but we're not going anywhere. So take a minute to take the one hip forward, one hip back, and notice ankles are flexed, toes are pointing up. All right, relax the feet, wiggle the toes a little bit, point the ankles, point the toes. Keep the ankles pointed and just bring the toes back. Let me move back so you can see my feet. All right, so we're pointing the ankles and then just bring the toes back and spread the toes wide, or just let them be a little bit however they want to be right now, because the position is actually a little difficult. The middle knuckle of the toes is going to bend now, so just like a little tiny waving high with your toes. We're trying to get circulation down to the tip of our toes, the extremities. Some of us really need to mindfully take a moment every day and wiggle your toes, get that circulation down there. You've got to keep that blood flowing to your extremities, folks, especially as we get a little bit older. We want to keep everything vibrant and fluid. So that's what we're doing today. Point, bring the toes back and squeeze that middle joint in the toe. All right. Awesome. Open the legs. Walk your hands down in between your legs. Reach as far forward as you're comfortable with. And once you get there, just drop your head. Remember, we're having loose legs now. This is the caterpillar type pose, which is super soft. Everything is super relaxed. And just drop your head and let the weight of your head round your back and decompress in between all of those little vertebrae. Take a moment and just breathe deep. Two more long, slow, deep, full breaths. No hurry here. Just sink down and be really, really soft. Really, really released. Awesome. Push against the floor with your hands. Walk yourself back up. And let's take a moment to have one leg forward and the other leg up. The foot is by the hip and the knee is up by the shoulder. Move that foot out a little bit away and bring your shoulder on the inside if you can. We're going to reach beyond that toe and flex the ankle and reach as if you're really trying to get something that's just on the other side of your foot. Reach vibrantly, stretching the fingertips. You may want to turn your face to look down and reach with the top of your head. That way your neck doesn't end up in a big crimp. Reach forward and in between your legs a little bit. Now you can come up with the strength of your torso or put your hands on the floor and push yourself up. I'll leave that up to you. And then we're going to switch legs. The other leg bends, the knee is pointing up The foot is on the floor by the hip. Make it a little wider and bring your shoulder on the inside. And then we stretch the hands out. We're reaching beyond the foot. Reach, reach, reach. Keep reaching, keep breathing. Turn your head down if you would like to take the pressure off your neck. That's perfectly all right. In fact, it's recommended. And then come up through the strength of your torso or hands to the floor. Come on up. Let's stretch out that leg again. Beautiful. Let's scoot down onto the back on your yoga mat with the knees up. Arms can go wherever feels comfy right now. And maybe walk your feet a little bit wider and let the knees lean against each other. Relax for a moment. This is your breathing deep in the belly. Nice. All right, walk your feet back in alignment with your hips. Bring your hands down alongside your hips, fingers pointing towards your heels. And we're just going to tilt the pelvis. Tilt one way and then the other. Lift the tailbone up just a little bit, but keep the lower back on the floor. You do that, and then rock your tailbone down and lift the lower back. So we're putting a lot of movement in that bottom section of the spine from, say, the level of your belly button down towards your tailbone. And rock it and breathe. All right, now we're going to press the lower back down and squeeze the belly in. Really try and tighten up the belly, tighten up the waist, bring that belly button in and up a little bit. Squeeze the hips, squeeze the thighs, squeeze the kegel. Keep breathing. Push your lower back down hard into the floor. Squeeze the belly in. Keep breathing. Oh, yes, relax. Allow your arms to go out to the side and drop both knees to the left. We're just going to hang out here for a minute. Ask that right side hip to sink down. Ask it to relax. Relaxation begins in the mind. Tell it to relax before you just let it. And then when you're ready, bring your knees up and all the way over to the other side. And this time we're telling the left side of the hips to relax. The upper, the part of the hip that's not on the ground. Ask it to sink and release and relax. And then bring the knees up and all the way to the chest. Hands come to rest on the knees, and just squeeze the knees into the chest and release a few times. Squeeze in and release. Squeeze in and release. Squeeze in and release. Squeeze in and hold strong arms. Hold those knees in to the chest. Let them go wide if you want to. Let them go as wide as you're comfortable with. And then bring them back in, and let's reach the arms and legs up, and circle the ankles, circle the wrists, circle around and around and around. Back the other way, change directions whenever you feel like it. All right, bring your ankles and wrists into a flexed position, and then bring them into a pointed position. Flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, Flex and hold. Bring the arms and legs down, knees and elbows to the ground. Push it back up. Down and up. Let's go 10 times. Down. That's 10. Down and up. 9. 8. Down and 7. Down and 6. Come down. Go up. That's 5. Down and up. That's 4. And up. 3. 2. And 1. We're just going to bring the arms and legs together. So the fingers are probably resting somewhere on your shins, toes touching, fingers reaching for the toes. Open, don't go too far. Open all 4 limbs out and then close them up again. Breathe in as you open, breathe out as you close. Wonderful. Bend the knees and bring them on down. Stretch your legs out on the floor. Bring your hands to rest outside of your hips. Palms are up. Classic Savasana pose. Just relax. Check in with your breathing. Are you still breathing long and slow and deep and full? Well, I hope so. This is supposed to be relaxing. All right, bring the right leg up and just put your hands on the knee, squeeze it into the chest and release a few times. Squeeze in. Stretch that leg up. Maybe it's straight up out of your hip like a lamppost or a flagpole. Point your toe. And then we're going to reach the hands to reach for the leg. And now you don't have to keep your toe pointed. You can flex your ankle, point your toe, or just relax your foot. All is fine. Reach your hands and grab a hold of your leg. Wherever your hands reach is fine. Pull just 1 inch, bringing the leg a little closer to the face, and then back towards vertical. Pull maybe now 1.5 inch, maybe 2 inches. Keep it small movement at first until your leg gets a nice stretch in the back of the leg and it allows the movement to be easy. Once the movement is easy, we're pulling the leg towards the face and releasing it, finding that full range of motion. Doing good? I hope so. Let's hold the leg at or near your range of motion's edge, your therapeutic edge. I like to hold on to my toe, but you don't have to. You can if you want, or you can hold on to all your toes, or just keep holding on the leg. If your knee is bent, it's certainly fine. If your knee is straight, that's also great. The most important thing is always just to be doing the yoga and listening to your body and breathing and relaxing as much as possible through the movements and the poses. All right, we've been pretty patient. Maybe you can come a little deeper into your range of motion. It's possible. If you don't feel like you should, don't do it. Always listen to your inner wisdom. But if you feel like your body wants to, maybe pull just a little bit and bring that leg into a deeper stretch. Hold and breathe. And then release. Bend the knee. Take the knee out and the heel comes in by the belly button. Grab the foot in your left hand. Your right leg is up, right? So it's the left hand reaching across to grab the foot, and the right hand can hold the knee, and we're just going to rock the leg across the body. Kind of like rocking a baby. And eventually we're going to bring that leg across the body into our spinal twist. So as you want, we roll up on the left hip, and the knee comes to hover over maybe 3 or 4 inches above the ground. Bring your arms out in a capital letter T. This is your reclined spinal twist. It's my personal reason for yoga. I love the way that my body responds to this particular pose. There's a lot of release in the lower back and hips, also in the shoulders and neck, strangely enough. Now, you may choose to look straight up at the ceiling or the sky if you're outside, or you may choose to bring your head and look in the same direction as that top knee. And that's really relaxing to do that. If you want an extreme spinal twist, you could turn your head the other way. But you may find that it's not very relaxing to do that, and so therefore you may choose not to do it. Take a moment to scan through your spine from tailbone all the way up to the neck, all the way where the spine connects with the back of the skull. Ask each little section of your spine, are you relaxed? Relax. Let go. If you're not relaxed, don't judge yourself, just ask why. What's going on? Why can't I relax? What's happening? Often you'll find it's an issue of trust. You are preparing yourself and you have this tension in your body in case we're attacked, in case something happens. But guess what? You can relax. This is yoga. Let it go. You can always get that tension back later when you think you need it. All right, roll onto your back and let's bring the arms overhead and stretch the body long. Extend your legs out. Big breath in, expand your rib cage. And release. I'm going to bring my hands back, outside of my hips, palm up. Classic Savasana. Release and relax. And breathe deep. I'm just going to turn around a little bit here. And we'll get ready to stretch the other leg up. Bring the knee to the chest and the hands to the knee. And squeeze it in and release a few times. When you're ready, stretch the leg up. Bring your hands to reach for the knee or the thigh or maybe the calf. And gently pull 1 inch and then back to vertical. Work with your breath. And be very, very gentle with that leg and the hip. We're asking the hamstring, the back of the thigh, to stretch. And to do that, you need to really ask it and release and relax. Once you've found your full range of motion, work it a little bit as you breathe. Be gentle. Don't overstretch. Don't force anything beyond your limits. Listen to your body's wisdom, respect it, be grateful for the movement you have. And I'm sincere when I tell you that because you know it could be worse. Whatever movement you have, be grateful for it. All right, let's hold the leg steady at your extreme spot or near it. Try and just relax. Now that we've been patient, if you feel the need or the urge to go deeper, you are allowed to go a little bit deeper here. So be respectful. Stretch into that soft area. There you go. Beautiful. Let's take the leg back to vertical. Bend the knee. And pivot the knee out, bring the heel in by the belly button. Grab on with your hands and rock the baby across and back. Rock the leg across and back. And then we'll roll over, put the foot on the floor and the knee hover above the floor. Arms reach out like a capital letter T straight from the shoulders. And your head can look up at the ceiling in the same direction as your knee, or it can look the opposite way if you want something extreme. But I really think it's better to relax, so just let your head turn in the same direction as your knee, unless you're really determined to put that extreme position into your spinal twist. Breathe deep and breathe in health and happiness and joy and gratitude. Breathe out fully and exhale toxins and waste products and anything else that needs to leave the body in a state of peacefulness. Wonderful. All right. Roll onto your back slowly and stretch the body long again, realigning the spine and the skeleton. And then we're going to bend the knees and reach up one vertebrae at a time. Lift the body up slowly and come back to seated. Take a moment to sort yourself out. All right, hands to prayer pose. Interlock your fingers. Squeeze the hands into a tight fist. Squeeze, 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 and release. Squeeze, 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 and release. Squeeze it in and release. And now we invert and push forward. Bow the head, round the back. Push your hands way forward. Elevate, bring them up overhead, stretch the body straight and tall, reach up and breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands to the back of the head, elbows back, look up through the top of your eyes and blink. Are you squeezing your elbows way back? Keep blinking. All right, reach it up again. Reach up and breathe in. And bring those hands back to prayer pose. Beautiful. We're going to stretch the legs out. Take the right leg and bend it, cross it over. Bring your left arm and wrap it around the knee. Right hand reaching forward. Bring it back. Bring it all the way back, as far back as it'll go, and drop it down to the floor behind your hip. We're going to look over that shoulder and hug the knee into your chest. And then we breathe in and lift the hand behind you. Bring it forward. Uncross your legs. Reach both hands forward now. Uncross your legs. Reach up overhead. Imagine you've got a beach ball in your hands. Bring it to your heart. Push it forward and bring it back up overhead. Breathe in. Heart. Push forward. Exhale. And breathe in. Lift. Bring it to the heart. Push it forward. Breathe in and lift. Bring it to the heart, push it forward and hold. Drop your hands down onto your legs or feet. Extreme forward fold. Loosen the muscles of the neck and let the head fall forward. Hands to the top of the legs, walk them up, bring the body back up. Let's cross the other way. Bring the other leg up and cross across the knee. Hug the knee into your chest. Reach forward with your fingers extended and watch your fingers as you bring the hand behind you. Drop it to the ground. Sitting beautifully tall. Look over your back shoulder. And lift the hand behind. Inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Both hands reach forward. Uncross your legs. Hold your beach ball over your head. It's going to go right down over your toes. And back to the heart and up. Breathe in. All right. Good. Bring the feet in. Make a butterfly sit. Bring your soles of your feet together. Let the knees lower down. If you have a pillow and you need some support on your knees, you can put pillows under your knees. That's always allowed. It's nice to have a couple of pillows handy. And also, we like to keep a cloth or a belt handy for sometimes pulling against. So just sit tall right now. Really rock forward on your hips. Hold on to your toes and pull just gently and bring your heart way forward but your shoulders way back. Lift your face. Hold and breathe. See if you can really release your root chakra, your lowest part of your torso. And we're just going to drop the chin and let the head fall forward. And then trace the collarbone with your chin. Down and to the left, down in front, and to the right. Slow it down. And match your breathing to your movement, keeping those shoulders pulled back. Keep going. Breathe as you move. Move as you breathe. Beautiful. Bring the knees up. Wrap your arms around your legs. Take a moment to bow your head between your knees and your chest and just relax. Let your mind wander. Let your body feel calm. Wonderful. How's everybody doing? Doing good? Let's come up on our knees and sit on our heels. And as I mentioned before, if you have a cloth or a belt, you may need it at this time. We're going to reach back here and we'll interlock the fingers. But if you can't get your arms straight when you do that, that's what you can use the cloth for or the belt, so that you can get your arms straight. We're going to lift the face, squeeze the shoulder blades back, and start to slowly bend forward, bringing your forehead down in front of your knees and letting your hands rise up into the air above your head. And then, if you choose to and want to, you can rock up off of your heels and come up onto the top of your head. And then your arms will be hanging over the floor. In this yoga mudra, in this pose, your head is below your heart. Sort of honors the sense of knowingness and instinct that comes from the heart, and lessening the impact of your mind. And when you're ready, just rock back up, release your arms and swing them around the body a few times, letting them be loose in the shoulders and elbows and wrists. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your 60-second plank challenge, but I got to show you my sign I made. So we know what we're doing here, right? This is it. I wrote it and then I realized it's backwards in the camera. I don't know, maybe it reverses it for you, but I wrote it both ways. It's the 60-second plank challenge time. Are we ready? Let's get up. You can do the low plank or the high plank. I'm not picky, but it is going to try to stay in position for a full minute. So are we ready? Yes, we are. Let's get up, and I'm looking at the clock. As of right now, we are live. 60-second plank challenge. Feeling strong? Feeling powerful? Feeling calm? You're 1/4 of the way through this 60-second plank challenge, folks. You are doing great. Halfway there. Seconds gone. 45 is gone now. Ten seconds left. Can you make it? I know you can. You're strong. You're powerful. Do it all week, every day, all week. And by next week, we'll be doing the fancy stuff. You did it. Hey, we did it. Come on down. Awesome. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me. So, that is that, but we still need to do some more work on our hands and knees, right? So we're going to do the cat and cow, and we'll stretch the Achilles tendon. So let's come up. Let me put on some music and see what happens here.
Bluetooth music.
All right, cat and cow, arch and sway.
Music.
Here we go. Let's come down onto the elbows and continue cat and cow. All right, stretch your right leg back, put the toes on the floor, push back. Stretching the calf muscle. If your knee is straight, you'll really feel it. And it's very, very helpful to stretch your calf muscle, keeping your foot alive through that Achilles tendon and plank tendon. It's a little loud. And your plantar tendon, which runs right from the heel towards the toes, underneath the sole of the foot. Awesome. Stretch that leg up towards the sky, as high as it wants to go. Bend the knee, kick it out. Bend it in, kick it out. Bend and kick, speed it up, faster and faster. All right, put it down. Other leg, stretch it out. Toes on the ground, push through the heel. Beautiful, lift it up. As high as it wants to go, bend and extend. Kick your rear end and straighten the leg out. Keep it going. Let's go faster and faster and faster and faster. Kick, 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 and bring it down. Let's try a wide-legged pose of a child. Bring your knees out and your toes, big toes touching, and allow the chest to snuggle down on the floor between your knees. Head turns to one side. Beautiful. Rise back up to table position. Double check your wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Arch and sway a few times. Keeping that spine fluid and flexible and youthful. All right, turn your toes under and lift the hips up. Downward dog. Find your beautiful downward dog. Place those feet thoughtfully. And once you've got your feet in the right position and your hands in the right position, push the hips up and back. Push your arms and fingertips and lift the hips up and back, but then drop the head between your arms. Release the neck. Let's walk the dog, one heel up and the other heel up. The hips move left and right as the dog goes for a walk. And then settle down into a beautiful downward dog. Lift the hips up and back again, drop the head again. Walk your feet a little closer to your hands, walk your hands a little closer to your feet, and just have a nice forward fold hanging in ragdoll from the waist. Put your hands right in front of your toes. Spread the fingers wide, and then turn them upside down so they're palm up. Pick up your toes and slide the hands underneath the feet. Wiggle your toes. Massage the base of your wrist into the palm of the hand. And bring the hands out. Place them on the floor for support. Move the hips in figure 8. And take 1 or 2 steps out, toes and heels, getting the feet just a little wider into a nice straddle forward fold. And again, move the hips in figure 8. And steady it out in the middle, slow down and stop. Drop, bend your right knee and push it back. Bend your left knee and push it back. Right knee bends, push it back straight. Left knee bends, push it back straight. 2 more times on each side. Steady it out. Bring your left hand over to your right foot. Grab a hold and sweep your right hand up into the air. And then come back down. Take your right hand over to your left foot. Sweep your left hand up into the air. And bring it back down. Hands to the floor. Walk your feet in, heel and toe, until your heels are under your hips. Bend your knees. And rise up. Slowly coming to standing in your mountain pose. Take a minute to sort yourself out, and then we're going to make sure we're standing in a good mountain pose, as we often do, right? Excuse me. All right. Roll the shoulders back, press the feet into the floor, lift the arches up. Bring the arch energy up the legs, lift the knees, lift and tighten the thighs, tuck the belly in, tuck the tailbone under. Lift and elevate the sternum and the heart, shoulders back. Let your arms hang. And the head floats at the top of the spine, easy, tall, and very much dominating the world around you with your strength and your presence. Awesome. Mountain pose. Let's take the right hand out and up. You can watch it as it rises up overhead. Reach it as high as you can, like you're trying to grab a cloud out of the sky. Reach up. And bring it back down. Left hand sweeps up, watch it rise. And reach up as high as you can with the left arm. And bring it back down. Let's bring up both hands in front and press them down. Scoop up some air in front of your feet. Bring it all the way up, breathe in, and shove it down to your heels. Do it again. Scoop up some air in front of your feet, breathe it in. Shove it down. One more time, scoop it up. And shove it down. Arms out to the side and up. Let's interlock the fingers right above the head with just the temple pose, so just the index fingers pointing up. Interlock and squeeze your ears if you can with your biceps. Tall, skinny, needle pose, breathe in. And now tilt over a little bit, stretching a little bit through the side body, through the armpit and the side of the ribs, and down to the waist, down to the hip. And then reach it up, breathe in, and all the way over the other way. And come tall again. Bring those hands down into a prayer at your heart. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's bring the knee up like we're elevating it with the strength of our magic fingers lifting. Bring the knee up to the chest and push it down. Other knee, rise up and push it down. Bring it up and down. Bring it up and down. Now bring it up and kick it out and flick your fingers. Flick and kick. Flick your fingers and kick. Kick and flick. Flick and kick. Now kick back. Kick your heel against your rear end. And bring your elbows back. Exhale and squeeze the elbows back. We're going to kick forward and flick again. Kick forward, flick, flick. Get away all you tension, all you stress, all your worries. Let's have some fun. All right, stretch your legs wide. Take your right hand down the leg towards the side of the knee and the left arm over. Now the fingers on the knee can slide lower, or they can stay right around the upper thigh or knee. If you want to slowly slide down the leg, maybe your hand finds the floor in front of your foot. Triangle pose. We're going to rotate the triangle, so bring the upper hand down to the place where your lower hand is by the foot, and swing the other hand up. Come on down and reach back up. Slide up the leg again and reach tall. Rotate the arms around. And here we go the other way. Slide the hand down somewhere near the knee. If you want to go deeper, you can go down to the ankle or even the foot and even the floor. Triangle pose. And windmill the triangle, invert the triangle, and reach the other hand up. And bring it back down. And up. Imagine the top hand is pulling you up. Pull up, drag your fingers up your leg, and rotate the arms out. Take one step. Back to needle. Squeeze it up. And then hands come down to the heart. Let's do one more standing pose before we come back on the floor. Let's try our warrior sequence. So find yourself with a straddle stand. Turn the left leg so the toes point along your yoga mat, and bend your front knee. That back leg, the foot is across the yoga mat, and we bring the arms out to the sides. Look forward, gaze into the distance, lift the chest, at the same time sink the pelvis, so lengthening through the torso. Awesome. Let's drop the back hand and lift the front hand and arch the back a little bit into a beautiful, graceful warrior. Hold and breathe. Come back to warrior two, with the arms out from the shoulders. Bring the back arm to meet the front arm. And bring the hands together in a prayer pose and lift them up to your forehead. Praying warrior. If you want, you can carefully bow down over that front knee. Watch your balance. It can be a little tippy. And then rise back up and swing the arms around in a graceful Tai Chi type move. Back to warrior two. And then that back hand, imagine you've got a bowling ball and you're going to swing it, and the momentum of the bowling ball is going to bring your back leg back to mountain pose. One swing and one step. That's the trick anyway, if you can do it. Standing tall and then step back. We have warrior on the other side. I'm going to turn around so you get a better view of what I'm doing. The front leg is now, if you're with me, your right leg. Knee is bent over the ankle. Do not let your knee travel forward of your ankle. Keep them stacked. Arms out, warrior two. Sinking down in the pelvis, rising up in the chest. The head floats at the top of the spine. Breathe deep. And then we reach up with the front hand and drop the back hand. Graceful warrior. Arch your back a little bit. Coming back to warrior two. Level it out in the arms and stand strong. Bring your back hand to meet your front hand. Bring the prayer pose, prayer hands to your forehead. Praying warrior. Bow down if you feel strong and confident in your balance. Otherwise, just stay up. And then the hands Tai Chi around to warrior two. Swinging the bowling ball, we come to mountain. Stand tall, back to needle pose. Coming down to prayer. And let's come back to seated. Take a moment to just breathe. Notice the changes in your body from the yoga that you've been doing for the last 52 minutes. Hopefully you're feeling loose but calm, warmed up but still cool. Can you feel your heart beating? Place your hand on your heart. And now take your hand away and see if you can feel the heart beating without using your hands, just in the body itself. Maybe you can feel the blood pulsing through your arms and legs, hands and feet, body, and even up into your head, maybe even into your mouth, into your ears. Take a moment to just marvel at the wonderfulness of your aliveness. Thank you. That was beautiful. Let's do a little bit of thymus thumping. We're going to take our rounded fingers and thump the center of the chest. And breathe deep. This helps you clear toxins and stimulates the thymus, which is an important part of your immunity system in your body. So we'll go in and out, across the chest, and up and down. In and out, up and down, and any way you want to go. You can go diagonal for all I care. Let's go up about near the collarbone, and just above the collarbone and then below it. Up into the top of the neck and top of the shoulder slopes and down into the chest. Make sure you're not just tickling and tapping, but really thumping with strong fingertips. If you have long fingernails and you're stabbing yourself, you can always just use your knuckles. That works too. And we're going to go up into the base of the jaw, underneath in the neck, underneath the jaw, and down to the base of the neck. Breathing as you thump. All those glands, all those parts of the body that work together intricately, connected through nerves and blood and fascia and skin. All right, let's come up into the face, up underneath the eyes, on the cheeks, thump, 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 and down to the jaw, thump, thump, thump. And rise up on the outside of the eyes through the temple area, up to the forehead crest, down to the middle of the forehead, and over to the eyebrows, just above the eyebrows, or really on top of the eyebrows even. Thump, 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 keep breathing. Rise up to the hairline and down to the eyebrows, up and down, up and down, up, down, and all the way up to the top of the head. Separate the hands, come over the ears and up, down and up, down and up, down, up, back to the forehead, the temples, the cheeks, the jaw, the neck, the collarbone, and the center of the chest, and release. Let's do some long, slow, deep breathing. Close the eyes and just allow your mind to float freely in your inner universe. Maybe when your eyes are closed, you see patterns, designs, colors. And I'll bet most of the time you look at whatever you see when your eyes are closed and you don't think anything about it. But maybe that's something that you should explore in your meditations. Maybe you see something, you travel into it, you reach a new level of consciousness, of awareness, of meditation. Please note, to each of you, I'm so grateful for your attendance in these classes. I know many of you are watching at a later date. You pick it up when you find it more convenient, and that's wonderful as well. Thank you so much for being a part of my life. I'm grateful from my core of my soul, and I grant you my most sincere namaste. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again for another live session on Thursday at 10 o'clock. St. Martin time. Sending you love from St. Martin.